how to add and subtract integers. Let's look at the first example. Try negative 12 plus negative 6. So if you don't know where to start, let's use a number line to find the answer. So first you need to locate negative 12 anywhere on the number line, and we have negative 6. Whenever we have negative integers, we move towards the left. Let's move 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number will decrease. Negative 13, negative 14, negative 15, negative 16, negative 17, negative 18. So negative 12 plus negative 6 will give you negative 18. This is your answer. Now, try another one. Try this one. Negative 39 plus 76. Well, you can use a number line, but these numbers are really big. So here's how you can add these two integers. Look at these two integers. The first problem, they had same signs, so basically we keep this sign, but here we have two different signs. This is positive 76, this is negative 39. So whenever the signs are different, we are going to subtract. But before we subtract, let's look at these two numbers. We have 39 and 76. So whenever you see this, you will take the sign of the bigger number. 76 is the bigger number, so we know that our answer will be positive. So now we can take that number, 76, and we can minus 39. Now, 6 minus 9, well, we cannot subtract 9 from 6, so we need to borrow 1. This will be 6, and now this will be 16. Now 16 minus 9 will be 7. 6 minus 3 will be 3. So your answer is 37, positive 37. But we actually don't need the positive sign because we know this is a positive number. Here's another example. Try to solve it. What about this one? Negative 9 plus 6 plus negative 4 plus 3. Now, in this situation, the best thing to do is to group. Let's group positives first, 6 and 3, and let's add them. 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. Now, let's group the negative numbers together and let's add them. Negative 9 plus negative 4. Same sign, we keep this sign and we add. 9 plus 4 will be 13, so we will have negative 13. But we're not finished yet. We need to add. So let's add 9 plus negative 13. All right. So you remember what to do. They have different signs. So before we subtract, let's look at these two numbers. So 13 is the bigger number. We're applying the absolute value. And you see over here, we will use this sign of 30. We take the sign of that bigger number when we compare. And what we do next is we subtract. So let's subtract 30 minus 9. So 30 minus 9 will be 4, and we will have a remainder of negative 4. That's our answer. Here is another example. Try by yourself. Let's try negative 16 plus negative 18 plus 72 plus negative 12. So let's group all positives to numbers together first. So we have a positive here. We don't have any more positive numbers, so this stays like this. Now let's group negative 16 and negative 18. Let's add them. Negative 16 plus negative 18, same sign. We keep the sign and we add. Let's add 18 plus 16. So 8 plus 6 plus 8 will be 14. Let's add 1 plus 1 and plus 1 will be 34. So we'll have negative 34. Now, we're not finished. We still have this negative number here. Let's add it. and we have again same sign. We keep the sign and let's add 34 plus 12. 4 plus 2, that is 6, and 3 plus 1, that is 4. We will have negative 46. Now we can go ahead and we can add. Let's add 72 plus negative 46. Alright, so we have different signs. So what we do is we look at these two numbers. Which one is bigger? 72 is bigger, so our final answer will be positive. So let's go ahead and let's subtract. I will do it over here. 72 minus 46. So we cannot subtract 6 from 2, so we need to borrow. Now 12 minus 6 will be 6, and 6 minus 4 will be 2, 26. So our final answer, we don't need a positive sign, it's 26. Now before we continue, if this video is helping you, let me know down in the comments, or you can consider giving it a like. Let's continue, and now let's subtract integers. Let's look at the first example. Negative 6 minus 8. So whenever we subtract an integer, it means to add its opposite. So the opposite of subtraction is addition. So this here would be the same as negative 6 plus negative 8. Now, you see over here, we have the same signs. So we will keep this sign and let's add 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8 will be 14. Now, let's prove this. If you are still lost, let's prove it using a number line. Let's locate negative 6 over here. And now, because negative 8 is negative, we will move towards the left 8 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will have negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10, negative 11, negative 12, negative 13, and negative 14. You see, this answer is correct. Here's another example. Try this one. Try negative 16 minus negative 25. Now, this is where many students get confused. And don't get confused. Whenever you see double negatives or double minus signs, what you need to do is simply convert this into a positive. Change it into a positive. Now you will have negative 16 plus 25. And now what you do next is we have different signs, so we need to subtract. But before we subtract, let's look at these two numbers. Which number is bigger? Well, 25 is bigger, so our answer will be positive. Now, knowing that, let's simply subtract. 5 minus 6, we can't, so we need to borrow 1 from 2. Now at 15 minus 6 will be 9. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So our final answer is 9. Here's another example. Try this. Let's see if you can solve this one. 5 minus negative 25. Okay, what should you do? Look over here. Yes. What do you need to do? Look, double negative. So don't get confused, disguised. Take the double negatives and turn them into a positive sign. Now you will have 5 plus 25. We have the same signs, so we will keep the sign. We know our answer will be positive. And now let's take 25 plus 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1, and 1 plus 2 will be 3. And our final answer is 30. Great. Here's another one. Let's see if you can solve this one. Try this one. 19 minus 76. So 19 minus 76, this is actually the same as this. So this is minus 76 or negative 76, and this one is positive. So it's positive 19. You see, this turned into addition. So now what we need to do is we have different signs, so we're going to subtract. But let's look at these two numbers. Which one is bigger? 76 is bigger, so we will take the sign of 76. So our final answer will be a negative integer. Now we take 76 and let's minus 19. So 6 minus 9, so we need to borrow. Now 16 minus 9 will be 7, and 6 minus 1 will be 5. So our final answer is negative 57. So now you know how to add and subtract integers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.